Good evening. Please stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, and thank you for joining us this evening. We have a long agenda tonight. So we have a number of public hearings in the beginning, and these are local laws, and they've been in discussion for weeks to come, and now we're going to have the public hearings tonight in regards. So we're going to start with the first one, which is proposed local law F of the year 2025, entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Estill, Chapter 16, Parks and Recreation, Section 16-39, Control of Pets. I gotta read the public notice, yes.
Are we starting with public hearings or are we doing?
We're starting.
The approval of the minutes?
Oh, the approval of minutes. Sorry, I jumped ahead too quickly. Okay, can I have a motion approving the minutes of September 10th, 2025, minutes of the regular meeting of the town board?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, and thank you, Deb.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're going to start with the public hearings, which is what I just read, which is F. And again, we've got a number of them this evening. So the public notice is proposed local law F of the year 2025. Public notice is hereby given that there has been presented to the town board of the town of Estill, New York, proposed local law F of the year 2025, entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Estill, Chapter 16, Parks and Recreation, Section 16-39, Control of Pets. Copies of said proposed local laws are available for review at the Town of Estill Clerk's office. Therefore, pursuant to statute, the town board of the town of Estill will hold a public hearing on the aforesaid local law at 6 p.m. on September 24th, 2025 at the Vestal Town Hall, 605 Vestal Parkway West, Vestal, New York. At that time, all interested persons will be heard. So we're going to start with the public, right? And then go to seeker?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So does any member of the public wish to speak on this local law? Okay. So we're going to close the public hearing and we're going to go to the seeker on the same law. Based upon a thorough review and examination of the known facts relating to the action and its careful review of all potentially adverse environmental impacts and the entire record and proceedings relating to the action as of the date of adoption of this resolution, including but not limited to information included on the project's environmental assessment form, information provided by the applicant, involved and interested agency input and public input, and board finds that the action will not have a significant adverse impact on the environment and that a draft environmental impact statement will not be prepared. So can I have a motion approving a negative declaration as to the seeker as there are no large or significant environmental concerns identified with regard to this local law?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn.
Second.
Thank you, Sue. And any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. And so we are now going to vote on the local law itself. Thank you, then. So we're going to be voting on local law H. So, sorry, F.
F.
Yep, F, I'm sorry. So, proposed local law F of the year 2025 entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Estill, Chapter 16, Parks and Recreation, Section 16-39, Control of Pets. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue. And seconded?
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. So any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? And it's carried. Thank you very much. So that was local law F. Now we're going to move on to local law G. As discussed on Monday, thanks to a resident, the town board will further look into this and go over some of the wordings and inclusions in the local law. So we will not be voting on proposed local law G this evening. However, we are going to still hold the public hearing section part of it. So does any, let me read the proposed local law first. The proposed local law G of the year 2025 entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Vestal, Chapter 24 Zoning, Section 24-J, -1, sorry, definitions. Yeah, definitions, Section 24-151, permitted uses, residential districts, Section 24-152, permitted uses, non-residential districts. So we're not voting on the law itself, but would any member of the public wish to speak on that local law? I see you getting ready. We'll wait.
What?
We're just waiting, right?
I believe it has to be.
You tabled it. Do your minutes
Yeah.
reflect that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it just said no, it would not be.
Brian Harrington, Tracy Creek Road. As I spoke the other night, there were a couple issues that I had. And one was the gross floor area. So you're not voting on that tonight?
Correct. We are not voting
Okay.
on that because we're going to be reviewing it thanks to your comments. We absolutely saw what you were saying, so we
Okay.
want to investigate it further before we even consider it
Okay.
again.
And as far as the definitions,
Mhm.
those definitions that were in that chart, I believe are in the law. However,
They are.
you also have though definitions in that chapter or whatever, and you're listing those terms. So it was a matter of whether you would take the definitions from the law and also put them in that chapter to be the same exact language. Okay.
Thank you very much. And thank you again for coming to the meeting on Monday and pointing that out. So I did talk to our code supervisor, our code director, and so he's been talking to the board. So we're going to take our time with it, review it again, make sure that everything is correct. We absolutely listened to your wording with the definition that we were discussing on Monday, and we're going to be looking at that as well. And then we're going to be consulting with a couple of our personnel in regards. So we're looking into it, and thank you so much for bringing it up. We really do appreciate it. So that would have to be re-advertised, and then, if it's modified, then it would have to be another hearing as well. Okay? If it's modified.
We also got feedback from the county yesterday, and they've got a couple of comments as well. So it's just as well that we're tabling that.
Okay, so thank you very much again. Okay, so we are going to move on to the next proposed local law. So that is proposed local law H of the year 2025 entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Vestal, Chapter 4, Animals, Section 4-31, Regulations in the Residential Zoning District. So I'm going to read the public notice. So proposed local law G of the year 2025. Public notice is hereby given that there has been presented to the town board. Oh, geez. Okay. Too many tonight. Sorry. Thank you. Proposed local law H of the year 2025. Public notice is hereby given that there's been presented to the town board of the town of Vestal, New York. Proposed local law H of the year 2025 entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Vestal, Chapter 4, Animals, Section 4-31, Regulations in the Commercial Zoning District, in the Residential Zoning District. Copies of said proposed local laws are available for review at the Town of Vestal Clerk's office. Therefore, pursuant to statute, the Town Board of the Town of Vestal will hold a public hearing on the aforesaid local law at 6 p.m. on September 24th, 2025 at the Vestal Town Hall, 605 Vestal Parkway West, Vestal, New York. At that time, all interested persons will be heard. So we are on H. So proposed local law H, again, of the year 2025, entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Vestal, Chapter 4, Animals, Section 4-31, Regulations in the Residential Zoning District. So we're going to open the public hearing comment section. Would any member of the public wish to speak on this local law? Okay, so we're going to close the public comment section and we're going to move to the seeker on it. So this is for proposed local law H. I closed the public hearing. So we're moving to the seeker. Based upon a thorough review and examination of the known facts relating to the action and its careful review of all potentially adverse environmental impacts and the entire record and proceedings relating to the action as of the date of the adoption of this resolution, including but not limited to information included on the project's environmental assessment form, information provided by the applicant, involved and interested agency input, and public input. The board finds that the action will not have a significant adverse impact on the environment and the draft environmental impact statement will not be prepared. Can I have a motion approving a negative declaration as to the seeker, as there are no large or significant environmental concerns identified with regard to this local law?
So,
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. And any discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. So the seeker is carried. So we're going to move on to the local law. So proposed local law H of the year 2025, entitled Revisions to the Town Code of Vestal, Chapter 4, Animals, Section 4-31, Regulations in the Residential Zoning Districts. Can I have a motion for the local law?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And any discussion? So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good, it's carried. So proposed local law H is carried. Now we're going to move on to proposed local law I of the year 2025, entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Vestal, Chapter 5, Buildings and Building Regulations, Section 5-111, Definitions, Section 5-124, General Regulations, Prohibitions, and Exceptions. So let's open the public hearing, but right before I open the public hearing, this is the one, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that had, thanks to a resident, also caught a typo. So here we go. So on page 2 of 4, the typo was thanks to a resident caught it said legal sign when it was meant to read illegal sign. So it's now been modified to what was originally intended, which is a legal sign means any sign erected, placed, installed, or carried contrary to the requirements, etc. Okay. So that has been modified and changed. And town attorney says that's acceptable, so we can proceed. So with that, we'll open the public hearing on local law I. Does any member of the public wish to speak? Very good. So we're going to close the public hearing. And then we're going to go back to seeker. So based upon a thorough review and examination of the known facts relating to the action and its careful review of all potentially adverse environmental impacts and the entire record and proceedings relating to the action as of the date of adoption of the resolution, including but not limited to information included on the project's environmental assessment form, information provided by the applicant, involved and interested agency input, and public input, the board finds that the action will not have a significant adverse impact on the environment and that a draft environmental impact statement will not be prepared. So can I have a motion approving a negative declaration as to seeker, as there are no large or significant environmental concerns identified with regard to this local law?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded.
Second.
Thank you, Sue. Any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And any opposed? Very good. So the seeker on local law I is passed. Now we're going to move a motion on the local law I itself. So proposed local law I of the year 2025 entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Estill, Chapter 5, Buildings and Building Regulations, Section 5-111, Definitions, Section 5-124, General Regulations, Prohibitions, and Exemptions. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert. And seconded?
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. Any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that too is carried. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to our last local hearing, which is proposed local law J of the year 2025 entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Estill, Chapter 5, Article 7, Landlord Registry. Okay, so does any member of the public wish to speak first? Okay, so we're going to close the public hearing and I'm going to read the public notice. So for proposed local law J of the year 2025, public notice is hereby given that there has been presented to the Town Board of the Town of Estill, New York, proposed local law J of the year 2025 entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Estill, Chapter 5, Article 7, Landlord Registry. Copies of said proposed local laws are available for review at the Town of Estill Clerk's Office. Therefore, pursuant to statute, the Town Board of the Town of Estill will hold a public hearing at the aforesaid local law at 6 p.m. on September 24th, 2025 at the Vestal Town Hall, 605 Vestal Parkway West, Vestal, New York. At that time, all interested persons will be heard. And so we are going to move to the seeker for this last local law. So the seeker is based upon a thorough review and examination of the known facts relating to the action and its careful review of all potentially adverse environmental impacts and the entire record and proceedings relating to the action as of the date of the adoption of this resolution, including but not limited to information included on the project's environmental assessment form, information provided by the applicant, involved and interested agency input, and public input. The board finds that the action will not have a significant adverse impact on the environment and that a draft environmental impact statement will not be prepared. So with that, I need a motion approving a negative declaration as to the seeker, as there are no large or significant environmental concerns identified with regard to this local law.
So moved.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. And any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? Very good. The seeker is passed, and now we're going to vote on local law J, I'm sorry. Proposed local law J of the year 2025 entitled Revisions to the Code of the Town of Estill, Chapter 5, Article 7, Landlord Registry. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. Any discussion on the local law? Very good. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so that is carried as well. Thank you very much for your patience. Okay, so we're going to move on to, that's it for the local laws this evening. We're going to move on to supervisor updates. So I'm going to move it. We used to do a lot of stuff at the end, and by resident request, we're moving it just a little bit forward so that they don't miss it in case they drop out and don't watch the whole meeting or don't read the whole minutes. So some important things. First of all, we have our first version of the budget this evening. It is a work in progress and the work will continue all through October. So the department heads do have the budgets in hand. They have submitted their requests to departments, but we are very far from our target because our fixed costs are just astronomical. For one example, we were hit with a $750,000 increase in New York State pension system alone this year. But all of our department heads are working together with our comptroller, with Sue Messina and myself. We're going to be working next week in individual meetings once again. And everybody's going to work through this together. And our goal is to get below the cap again this year. So I just want to also let everybody know that the public version of this version, the very first version of the budget, does not have what the next two versions will have. At the end of October and the final November version, the budget for the first time will have notes on line items so that any member of the public, when they read the budget, will be able to understand what those line items are. So you will understand our costs the same way that we do. So we will be as clear and as open about this whole process as possible. But I really want to thank our department heads for really working together so incredibly well to try to get through this year's budget and make it as affordable as possible for all of our residents. I also wanted to say, remind everybody that tax time is coming up at the end of the month for the school taxes. There are 4 ways to pay your taxes, and that is online with e-check or credit card, with taxlookup.net, by mail as usual. There is also a new 24/7 hour drop box in the police lobby at Town Hall. It's cameraed and secure. And of course, still in person at the clerk's office, storming normal business hours, which is Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. We also want to let everybody know that the town clerk who does the tax notification, she is she does all the tax collection and handles all the bills and does all of that work. She sent out the mailings for the tax bills this year on schedule, as she always does. And for some reason, some residents did not get it. We really urge every resident to, if you have not received your tax bill and you do not have a mortgage, to please either look at taxlookup.net and get the tax dollar amount, or call the clerk's office and they will be happy to tell you over the phone what it is. We want to make sure that you meet the deadline because you are still responsible for the payment of your taxes. If you have any question, please call us in regards and we'll be happy to help you. But I know they did their job and they're doing the best that they can, but they're happy to assist every resident who reaches out to them. Also, the water department wants to let everybody know that the regular fire hydrant maintenance will begin this Sunday at 9 p.m. and will continue overnight, pretty much every night for a couple of months. So that's regular maintenance. However, if you as a resident wake up and your water is a little discolored, they please ask you just run your cold water for a little while. It's going to clear up. It's normal stuff. It's nothing unexpected, and do not worry. Also, we want to touch base again on Murray Hill Road. So many of our residents were very concerned about the traffic safety issues over there. So Sue Messina and myself have been talking to the residents. We've consulted, we've gotten their input. We will be reaching out more to people who have been emailing and calling us. And our town engineer is working on a plan to help to increase the safety in that area. And that is as with the input of those local residents in the area. So we do encourage you to email and call us because we do take your opinion into consideration on all these things that we do. So please feel free to email us because we do read them and we do get back to you. And also the recreation department, the fall flyer is out and there's lots of great stuff going on. The Monster Mash, the Mother-Son Sneaker Ball, and tons of other stuff. So please take a look at it online at vestalrecreation.com. And the highway department wants to let everybody know the brush pickup time has ended and it's leaf pickup time. So that will start at the end of October. So I just want to thank all our people for working so hard for all of our residents every day. And especially thank our department heads for pulling together and buckling down in a really, really tough budget time, but we will make it through. So with that, we're going to go to the next section, which is privilege of the floor. And this is the section on agenda items only. where a member of the public may speak or ask a question of the board. We just remind everybody of the rules. If you speak, please only speak regarding town business. Be respectful of all elected officials, town employees, members of the audience, and all other persons. No personal attacks are allowed. We ask you to wait to be recognized, state your name and address before speaking, speak at the podium, speak for no more than 3 minutes, be brief and to the point, address comments to the board only speak during the designated public comment section. And in order to ensure an orderly, productive meeting, residents will be heard before non-residents, and speakers will speak in entirety, then will be addressed by the board. Does any resident wish to speak? Does any non-resident wish to speak?
Specific about Murray Hill?
No, this is agenda items only, so nothing's on the agenda, but there is a public comment section at the end. And I'll be glad to, and then you can speak at that point. So we'll just get through the procedures. Okay, so we're gonna close that session. We're gonna move on to resolutions and motions. We do not have any this evening. Public Works, Sue, did anything come up?
No report.
Thank you very much. And Sue, also with Finance?
Resolution to advertise on October 3, 2025 for a public hearing to be held on Wednesday, October 8, 2025. The public hearing is for proposed law, local law K of 2025, a local law to override the tax levy limit established in General Municipal Law 3-C.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved?
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded?
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. And discussion? I just want to say that this is just in case, if we are $1 over the cap, we have to have this resolution in place. So our goal is to get under the cap, but if we miss it by a little bit, we have to have this in place. That's why we have to pass it. Does any other member wish to? Okay, so with that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. Okay, 9.2.
Resolution for the town board to approve payment in the amount of $675 to Hancock Esterbrook LLP for outside counsel fees for legal services rendered through August 31, 2025. The services are as follows: general police matter.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded?
Seconded?
Thank you, Glenn. And any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. And
Item
9.3,
3, resolution to approve a budget transfer from general fund balance to the Parks Department in the amount of $6,000 for a Parks Department project.
okay, thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, and seconded?
Seconded?
Thank you, Glenn. And any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good, and it's carried. Thank you. Okay, next one.
Personnel, resolution for Tom Sullivan, town engineer, to retroactively hire Kara Devantier as a part-time engineer technician, starting in 9/15/2025 at a rate of $18 per hour, to be paid out of line 010.1620.1030. This is a temporary position until December 31, 2025.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved?
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded?
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. Any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried.
Item 2, resolution for the town board to approve the promotion of Water Department employee Cody Abergon to MEL at a rate of $25.86. I apologize, $25.86 per hour, beginning on October 4, 2025. Funds will come from W8340-1000.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Robert, and seconded?
Seconded?
Thank you, Glenn. And any discussion? So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. And Robert? Planning and zoning?
11.1, resolution to advertise on October 8th, 2025 for a public hearing to be held on October 22nd, 2025 regarding a petition to join the Town of Estill Sewer District for the property at 413 Tracy Creek Road. tax map 172.79-1-34. The district joining fee has already been paid.
Thank you. Can I have motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded?
Second.
Thank you, Sue. Any discussion? Okay, thank you. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. Next one.
11.2, resolution for the town board authorizing the town supervisor to retroactively sign a signature and certification form for New York State water infrastructure improvement and intermunicipal water infrastructure grant programs.
Thank you. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, and seconded?
Second.
Thank you, Sue. And any discussion? Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. Next one.
11.3, resolution for town board acceptance of the Main Street over Big Choconut Creek Bridge Replacement Project, McFarland Johnson Supplemental Agreement Number 2 for construction phase services.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded?
Second.
Thank you, Sue. So any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. And next one?
11.4, resolution to approve the purchase of 2,558 square feet of real property as a part of the Wego Road Bridge Replacement Project, an amount of $3,100.
Is it that exact amount?
Yeah.
Okay,
They found it.
okay,
They
thank,
confirmed it with Brock.
great. Thank you so much for looking that up. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, and seconded?
Second.
Thank you, Sue. And any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you for doing that. Okay, next one.
11.5, resolution by the town board to adopt the commercial solar energy system application fee schedule below for local law number 4-2025, section 24-906 E3. All fees collected shall be non-refundable. $1,000 per megawatt project application fee, $500 stormwater compliance review if required, $300 per project acre or portion thereof for the building permit fee.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn, and seconded?
Second.
Thank you, Sue. And discussion? Okay, just to point out to the public, this is not a modification of the solar law. This new solar law is exactly as we passed it. It was just meant to that we set the fees later, which is what we're doing now. So the new solar stands exactly as we passed it. With that, public safety, Sue?
No report.
We
Oh,
got
wait a minute, we got to vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Thank you. Group effort. Thank you. And Sue?
No report.
Thank you very much. And Robert, administration?
13.1, resolution authorizing Daniel D. Reynolds, town attorney, to execute a stipulation for 2024 to 2025 and 2025 to 2026, settling case numbers EFCA 2025-002396 and EFCA 2025-002744 by Vestal Chateau Housing Development Fund et al. Versus Town of Vestal et al. Under the terms of a proposed settlement agreement, which terms include reducing the assessed value to $533,400.
Thank you. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Glenn. And seconded?
Second.
Thank you, Sue. Any discussion? Very good. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, and it's carried. Okay, receive and file.
Warrants 2025, 37G, 37C, 37M, 37T, 38G, 38C, 38T. G stands for general operating expenditures, C capital expenditures, M weekly health insurance claims, T weekly flexible spending account expenditures, These are the bills of the town that have been paid. We also have a change of tenant, Canna Blooms, Broome County Tax Map Parcel number 159.10-1-11. Change of tenant, Dosa Grill, Broome County Tax Map Parcel number 158.14-1-18. Change of tenant, John Sarah Law, PLLC, Broome County Tax Map Parcel number 15814-2-3. Change of tenant, K BBQ and Hot Pot, Broome County Tax Map Parcel number 158.10-2-11. Change of tenant, Spark by Hilton, Broome County Tax Map Parcel number 158.11-3-37. Retirement letter of Deputy Assessor.
Okay, thank,
I'll add in for the month, just 2026 10.
oh, thank you.
Receive that. It
Okay,
just
good.
Was after the agenda came out.
Thank you.
Okay.
With the addition of the 2026 tentative budget.
Yeah.
Very good. So 14 petitions and protests, we don't have any. 15 old business, we don't have any old business. 16 other new business, and this is the presentation of the budget. So this is 16.1 presentation of the 2026 tentative budget by the town clerk Deborah Wallace. Thank you. Can I give it to you? So, thank you. So, once again, just a comment on it. I appreciate it. So it's a formality, but I can tell you that our town controller, Rajat Saha, has been working really hard to pull all the numbers together and to help start to assist our department heads to work on it. So the numbers that you see are our starting points. And in fact, our starting point was last Monday when we were much more farther from our goal than we are now. So we still have a long way to go. The work has only begun. So every resident, I want you to know our goal is to get under the cap this year once again. So thank you very much. And thank you, Raj, for all of your hard work. And will continue to be your hard work. With that, I have to accept it.
Motion to accept.
Thank you. Thank you, Sue. And seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Robert. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. And the work continues.
Yes.
Thank you. And committee and chair comments and updates. Any committee chair wish to speak?
Okay, so Vestal EMS, Police and Fire, as well as most of our departments are continually applying for and receiving grants to make public safety more affordable. They're also continually enhancing and upgrading their training to keep our community a safe, healthy place to be. And right now they're fully engaged in the 2026 budget process.
Thank you. So that's great. So any other committee chair wish to speak? Okay, with that, we're going to move on to the public comment section. So this is the general section. Everybody heard the rules before, right? So come on up if you want to speak. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Hello, Robin Ayers, 832 Murray Hill Road. I'm very, very pleased to hear that you guys are going to do some safety changes. As you know, I've been emailing and coming in and talking about the need for more safety on Murray Hill Road for years predating you. I hope that Bun Hill and other busy roads will also be considered to be more proactive to prevent the situation we had in September earlier this month. And I do hope to hear from you. You got my email, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And I just want to also say that I really hope you'll consider putting in some safety features at Radcliffe and the synagogue, because I'm watching from my house. I get to watch the speed sign all morning with even school buses and city vehicles speeding along Murray Hill. And it's very concerning to me,
Thank you.
especially Radcliffe and the synagogue.
I make kind of.
Also, I was wondering if there's any possibility of putting more information about public hearings on the website or the app,
Sure. What do we have? set
just
up now?
in the future.
Oh, no. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But we can, the great thing about the website is that we can add sections when we want to.
Mhm.
And we can do links and things like that. So we can certainly we can consider a different section as well. We're actually adding different things also as we go. So thank you
Mhm.
I appreciate the suggestion.
Okay.
So Radcliffe and where, once again? Sorry.
By the synagogue,
By the synagogue.
as well as Washington, obviously.
Mhm. Okay, thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Yeah, and in speaking to some of the other residents also, and we're going to continue to speak to residents in the area in the process. A number of other issues, local issues were brought up, including specific ones in one street and also parking overnight from some of the residents in the area. So all of that is being talked about. We're talking to the town engineer, and we're going to make a concerted plan. As soon as we have something formed up, we will absolutely make it public and ask for more public input before we move forward with anything. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Is there any other member of the public wish to speak? Okay, with that, then we're gonna,
If I may, just
yes.
real quick,
Mhm.
I want to thank you for mentioning the app and using the town app. Yeah, the mobile app, because there is a lot of great information on there and we will look at adding more. A lot of the things the supervisor updates were earlier are actually on that app. So I encourage all the residents to use that app. It's very informative, very helpful.
Oh, thank you. And I appreciate it because the great thing about it, if people sign up for the app, it's free, number one. And you can sign up for push notifications too, but I also can put alerts out there. So I put the new stuff that's going on and about the water and what else did I put on there? One of the other things that I announced. So we try, yeah. Thank you, the hydrants. So we try to, as we bring it in, we try to just let the information be out there to help the residents as much as possible. So thank you. With that, we're going to move into into an executive session on two topics. And hold on. Okay, they're both one is both personnel issues, one is the courts, and one is the assessor's office. So can I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Sue, and seconded.
Seconded.
Thank you, Glenn. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We'll take a break for a couple minutes, or a minute or two, just to see if any resident wants to speak to us at the end. And then we're going to go into executive session. Thank you.